Is I am actually on the phone with legal aid right now. I lost my job. I had a really good job at the beginning of this. The apartment came in and locked my door. Like illegally locked my door. So I just would give that to them and then the eviction would be no longer
No.
standing.
Next case is going to be 26,583. That's the Dexter Austin versus Jasmine Rodriguez. Do I have someone here on behalf of Dexter? Anyone here on behalf of the Dexter? Huh? Do I have anyone here on Jasmine Rodriguez?
Hi.
Good
Hello.
afternoon, Ms. Rodriguez. Thank
Good
you for being
afternoon.
here. Do I have anyone here on behalf of Dexter Austin LLC, cause 26,583? Stephanie, do you want to check in?
It looks like we have Miss Leza here.
Marissa should be on there. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I've been texting her while we've been on waiting to like speak with Judge Holmes. I thought I saw her in there.
She is here, Judge, just
I
on
see her
mute.
name. We've sent her the mute. Maybe she's stepped aside. Sometimes people step to the bathroom. Tell you what, Miss Rodriguez, we'll put it on recall. I'll go to the next one and see if Miss Leza comes back to her device. It happens.
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Welcome back, Miss Reza. It happens, Miss Leza. All right, we're now all here. It's 26,583, Dexter versus Rodriguez. Miss Leza, you're here on behalf of the Dexter.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Miss Rodriguez, you've announced presence, so thank you both for being here. All right, Miss Leza, why is this case filed?
This is for non-payment of rent.
Okay.
So the notice to pay required, the notice to vacate was served on March 6th. It was posted inside the door. The rent is $13.99. We filed the eviction on April 8th. Prorated till the 20th of April. We're seeking 2,704.73 cents
For what months?
for both March and April.
Okay, so it's March and April. And then was there any subsidy?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Learner.
Good afternoon, Miss Rodriguez. Thank you for being here.
Good afternoon.
Miss Leza's with the landlord, Miss Dexter, is with your landlord, Dexter. She said that the monthly rent, let me ask you that one first. Is the monthly rent accurate? Is it $1,399?
I'm going to say yes. I'm not too sure. I haven't really looked. I don't remember my lease amount.
Eh,
And I
that's
did pay
okay.
500 for March. I owe 900 for the rest of March and then April.
Miss Leza, is that correct? Was there a partial payment made in March?
Let me verify 1 second.
All right, we'll take a look. I'll just say for both parties, I am looking at the lease, TAA lease, Jasmine Rodriguez, the Dexter, occupants of Luca Parker, and then monthly rent's $13.99. First month was prorated. It was going to be $7.50.
Yes, ma'am. That's paid.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm reading it back.
Okay.
So the thirteen
Thank
ninety
you.
nine is the flat fee. And sometimes it sounds like more because they add in utilities or cable fee or parking, all that, but the flat rent is the one that we come to here. That's right. They also added on, in addition to your base rent, there were $250 in month-to-month fees, but that's not a part of the eviction.
Okay.
Okay, so here we're $13.99. All right, so that's the first one. That looks good. And then we said, yep, even gave you the ledger. Let's take a look. You said you made some partial payments in.
Yeah, so she did make a partial payment on March 17th for $500.
Okay. But then nothing for April.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Rodriguez, nothing for April.
No, ma'am.
All right. Well, that information, I appreciate everyone's here, and then we've all got the same standard. Landlord would win their case today because there's a remaining balance outstanding. Ms. Rodriguez, you have 5 days you can appeal. Certainly, if you and the landlord come to some agreement in the next 5 days, and the landlord wishes to notify me of it, I'm happy to throw away the case, but that's between the parties. Let me
Yes,
give you
ma'am.
let me give you some fine numbers. So I'll give you credit for the $500 you put toward that. So that means you had $8.99 actual flat rent due for March, and then April. Oh God, hold on. They're making me do math.
Sorry about
13.99
that.
divided by. We're good. I got a new calculator. I'm so excited about it. And in April, we only have 30 days, right? Yep, divided by 30. So that's $46 a day. Today we're on day 28. 1305 plus 8.99. Judgment for the plaintiff, $2,204 plus cost of court. Either party can appeal. I'll put the appeal bond at 1 month of rent, $13.99. All right.
Okay, so 1399 is the appeal.
Deal, judgment's 2204. And then
Okay.
just one last thing, Miss Jasmine, I'll say is the judgment amount that we give you in court is just rent, and we literally prorate it through today. The final account statement you get from the landlord is going to be larger, or quite likely, because it would include all the rent due, late fees, utility bills, move-out fees, cleaning, anything and everything that the lease says you had to pay. That's still included as part of their tally to you. For the eviction, they're only allowed to get flat, just absolute basic rent conforming to the situation. So that's why the number you get for me is not the same. Like if you called the landlord and said, I want to pay it all off, they would give you a different number. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I do have a couple of questions. So, one question, or I guess more like statement, is I am actually on the phone with legal aid right now. I've been on the phone
Okay.
for 2 hours and 22 minutes. So I could get rent assistance.
Okay.
I did speak with Haley Dunlap yesterday. She did try to call me this morning, but I was doing like a little side job to try to come up with rent money. And then also I lost my job. I had a really good job at the beginning of this. I actually part of the reason why I lost my job is my son got sick, but while my son was sick, the apartment came in and locked my door. Like illegally locked my door. So like you're not allowed to do that unless you like serve, right? Like you're still considered like being a tenant, right?
The landlord can lock you out, but they have to give you a notice if it's for non-payment, and 24 hours a day, they have to give you access to it again. The landlord can lock you out. They just have to give you a specific kind of notice. If they don't give you that right kind of notice, you may be eligible for what's known as a writ of retrieval.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
a writ of re-entry. A writ of retrieval is something different. A writ of re-entry.
Okay, so I'll have to find that paper because I don't think I got it when that happened. So I, of course, living like in a new area, and of course, not only that, but like, no, I love the Dexter. The inside of the apartment's wonderful. The outside of the apartment's very scary. And so I didn't leave my house for those 4 days that happened because I am a single mom living here with my 6-year-old son.
What was the question?
So my question is, so if I get the assistance from legal aid, and I already spoke with Marissa about it, so I just would give that to them and then the eviction would be no longer standing. So I just would give that to them and then the eviction would be no longer standing.
Today you've been evicted, and unless or until the landlord either tells me throw it out within 5 days or you appeal or they appeal, that judgment becomes final. If you just gave them all the money today and did nothing else, you've still been evicted. There's a final judgment. You've just paid it all.
Okay.
In order to avoid being evicted, you're going to either have to appeal and win or come to some agreement within 5 days and have the landlord send me something in writing that says, Judge, throw out that eviction.
Okay.
Which I absolutely have landlords do.
Okay.
Just be
Yes,
clear,
ma'am.
they do not have to do that, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
chatting with legal aid is a great way to start. And let the legal aid, if you've been on the phone with them today, let them know that today the hearing was held and you have been evicted. You're in your appeals window. And I say that because at least anecdotally, I've had both landlords and defendants tell me that the eviction hearing triggered a greater level of need, right? Like now we can't help you, whereas before you were in the fear of being evicted, but now it's happened. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to write that down. So have been evicted. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. There was like a gray area in my mind on how that worked. Okay, thank you.
Absolutely, Mr. Rodriguez. I'm happy to answer those questions. You know, no one expects to find themselves here. So very, very best of luck to you. Ms. Leza, if there's no questions, all parties are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Good luck,
Marissa. Thank you,
everyone.
Judge Holmes.
Thank y'all.
Bye.